A day in the life of a Bennett Day upper school student. Lena was running late this morning due to construction on the L.
Class doesn't start until 9 a.m.
But her group had recently turned a corner in their study of food deserts and had scheduled a morning meeting. She got there at 8:30 and they were able to touch base and regroup. At 9, the two project leaders, Ms. Dewey and Mr. Erickson, led class. Yesterday had been a question storming day, where Lena and her classmates generated as many questions as possible, and the two leaders built content based around it. In their study of food deserts, Lena saw how much damage a lack of healthy food does to physical and mental health, and many questions revolved around biological sciences. Ms. Dewey told the class she'd do a lecture on how sugar is processed into glucose for consumption into the body. After Ms. Dewey's lecture, the team worked on their research into the history of food deserts. Lena was especially interested by the concept of redlining and its impact. Knowing they had 4 weeks until the final project assessment, Lena felt this topic would definitely help them explain why food deserts existed. After talking with Mr. Erickson about where to get more resources, Lena's team decided to head to the Chicago History Museum with her team. After lunch, Lena ran to her deep dive. This trimester, she's taking a seminar on test prep strategies. It's not as fun as her last seminar on internet sociology, but since she's taking the SAT in the fall, she and her advisor agreed that it would be good for her. She's glad that she doesn't have to do test prep after school, and her parents are even happier that they don't have to pay in time or money for a test prep class. After seminar, Lena headed over to the advisory. Today, Lena had her individual advisor meeting. Every other week, they talk about what she's learning and what she plans to show at her end-of-trimester portfolio defense. During portfolio defenses, she has 1 hour to demonstrate the specific skills she has learned, after which her evaluation team assesses and grants her credit on her competency map. It's a bit scary to stand in front of professionals and prove yourself, but she's gotten a lot better at explaining her own thinking and feels that it forces her to understand herself a little better. After that, Lena has an hour to work on the online math course she decided to take this trimester. Each trimester, students can choose to take online classes based on their interests. She thought a statistics class would be cool, so she partnered with Mr. Zink, a Bennett Day teacher with an expertise in math. They meet every week so that he can answer questions and help her with more complicated concepts. She was able to use it to help her with her food desert project. She became the go-to person on her team for statistical analysis. Lena ended her day with basketball practice, because health and physiology are part of the competency map that she will need to graduate. She's not only playing basketball, but working with a teacher to understand how physical movement and physiology contribute to a healthy lifestyle. Later on, Lena planned to video chat with a couple of team members to work together on their food desert project, since Bennett Day doesn't believe in assigning busy work, so she could focus on only the work that is most necessary. After all, whether she goes to Brown, her current favorite school, takes a gap year to work on social change, or decides to stay in Chicago and work for Google, she interned in their software engineering department last trimester. She knows she'll always have the skills to succeed anywhere she goes after graduation. In the meantime, though, she had work to do.